The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
Let's go, host. Bring us back.
And welcome back to another installment of Gronk Village. We've got Snakeskin Bra, Cake Bra, Robodet, and yours truly, Complain and Brag.
Don't ask him why it's called that.
That's another story for
It's
another
like
time.
complaining bragging.
But I hate it when I have a mad nickname.
Fuck! Everything always goes my way.
Yeah, this is why all those chicks keep fucking me.
Oh my, that feels so hard.
So, Cake Bro, you were explaining that
Yeah.
you
Oh,
had,
yeah. Okay. So this was I can't remember why I was saying this story, but it had to do with
Travel time.
travel time, because I've moved to a far away land, and it's actually like a bit of a pain. It's not really a pain because I like seeing my friends, but it's never an issue that I've had before where it's like, oh, it's gonna take me a long time to get there. And so I was saying that like it's actually like to get to here today in the evening is not that bad because there isn't much traffic. During the middle of the day, there's like so much more traffic along like Victoria Road. So I was saying, like, so I matched with this girl, and she lived in like not Alexandria, but like somewhere in the inner west. And I was kind of like, ooh, a way to get into her pants would be to just like cook for her, because I feel like that's like a sure thing, you know. Yeah, so I was like, look, I'll bring her over and cook for her. So I'm like messaging her, right? And it's pretty late at night. It might be like midnight or something, right? Yeah. We're messaging each other, and I'm like, oh, like where, like, so if I'm picking you up tomorrow, like where am I picking up from? And she gives me her address, and I chuck it into like Google Maps to see how long it take to get there, right? And it's like, oh, it's like 30 minutes. So I'm like, oh yeah, hectic. That's not bad. Like that's generally my radius.
Yeah.
But like now that I live all that far away, it's like probably 45 now. Before it was 30, now it's 45. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, hectic. So the next day, like I'm ready to go to hers. I've planned out what time I need to leave to get to hers at this certain time. I hop into the car, chuck the maps on, and it's like an hour now, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? It's going to take me an hour to get there, and get this. So she doesn't drive, like...
Oh, you gotta drive.
Bro, so
This is out of my radius.
Dude, like, well over my radius. So I went an hour there, an hour back, like...
back to yours.
Yeah, back to
To cook.
mine. Yeah, and to do, like, some
Oh,
more...
you have to pick her up and cook.
Yeah, because I was bringing her back to mine. I was going to cook and then smash and then take her home. But it was like...
Could have got the
What?
camera.
Yeah, dude, so it was 4 hours in the car, and I was like...
Holy fuck.
Could have got the camera.
Yeah, dude, when I thought about it, I was like, what the fuck? I just spent like 4 hours in a car and then cooking just so I could get laid. I was like, nah, I'm doing it wrong, bro. I'm doing it wrong. So
There's gotta be a better way.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not like it kind of it happened like last minute. I was like, oh shit, it's going to take an hour. I didn't really think about the whole thing. I was like, I'm already going to do this kind of thing. But like to me now, it's like, it's annoying when I like need to go somewhere because I need to check how long it'll take to get there at the same time that I'm actually going. Because otherwise, like, the traffic just varies heaps throughout the day.
You got to get that ways, man.
Yeah, that arrived before.
Dude, there was a
Arrived
time
at.
when COVID started that every time you went
Oh, it
out,
was
there
just
was
the best.
no traffic.
Oh, that was
And
so
it just
good.
felt like a zombie apocalypse, and you were just like, yes, this is the benefit you would have. But now it's pretty much
Back to
you
the
just
usual.
it's the luck of the draw, because you're like, oh, there's no one's going to be going anywhere at 11 a.m. and then you go out and there's so much traffic.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you guys doing? Doesn't anyone have jobs?
Dude, sometimes I don't even understand because, like, I know peak times, like, so 9 in the morning, like 8 to 9, and then in the evenings, like 5 to like 6. You know it's going to be busy because everyone is going home or they're going to work. But then sometimes I'm driving around at, say, like 10 in the morning, and there's still heaps of cars on the road, and I'm just thinking, like, where are all these people going? Like, shouldn't they be at their jobs by now? Like, how are the roads this busy? It's just, there's so many people here.
I don't know what everyone's doing, but my work schedule is kind of like anything goes. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I always wake up at around 6:36 or like 6:30, 6 to 7 is when I wake up. But I log onto my laptop at about 7 to show them that I have work ethic, and then I go and fuck around. Like I'll make a coffee, I'll take a shit, I'll go down, fucking go to the gym, come straight back up. But I'm like, everyone I speak to at work is always like, I'm so smashed, I'm so busy, I've got so much on, this, that, and I'm like, well, I can't see any output. I honestly don't. I wouldn't be able to validate if you were doing a lot of shit. I don't know what you guys experience. Like, do you guys think that everyone is working a lot more, or what do you think?
I'll let you guys go first.
I'd say at my job before this one, which was when COVID started, I would say we were actually, there was a bit more output from people because like, it's kind of a culture where the computers, the laptop's always there, it's always on. You'll see an email pop up, you might respond to it, you might do a little bit of a change, some work here and there. I felt like with my old job, definitely there was a bit more output. I guess that was in the early stages of COVID though. Towards the later months, and now in this new job, I definitely think it's not the case, and I think that's the same for everyone in the sense that you're at home, you have no real onus to do anything at any particular time other than when it's due. And I feel like, I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone in particular, but I feel like the workload has definitely decreased dramatically.
Yeah.
For those, especially like, I don't know about you, but like if you've got like a deadline or all that work due, then you're obviously still going to keep putting that output out. But if you've got no real deadline or nothing pressing due, I feel like you really do stretch out your day.
What was the original question, sorry?
How do you talk to...
What? No.
He's making a joke,
No, the original question was if you had to choose between two superpowers, the first being invisibility and the second
the red
being...
pill, and you take the blue
Dude, this
pill.
wasn't what you guys were talking
Yes, it was.
Bro, no, we weren't.
But if you could choose...
This is the first time you said this.
If
Yeah.
you could choose between invisibility and flying, what would you choose?
Bro, that's not what...
Flying! What?
Bro, he's lying to you. That's not what they were talking about.
You go to the bank, you steal a lot of money, and then you're rich forever. How are you going to steal money if you're flying?
Dude, even if you're invisible, you realize banks have safes, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
still gotta
You
get
being
in.
invisible doesn't mean shit about like
But you
how
make
are you
your
gonna
way
break
to the
into the
safe.
safe.
Bro,
I feel like you break
isn't
your
there
own
a
heart
time of
by
day
being
when they
invisible.
open it?
But why do you choose flying?
I don't know. I feel like it's a bit more. I don't know. It's more. I feel like it's more pragmatic. I feel like I'd want to fly around more than I would want to be. Like how often? How many times in my day do I want to be like,
Dude, I
let
would
me be
want to be
invisible today?
I want to be invisible quite
Oh,
often.
yeah, I thought you were
For
saying that
personal
for being
gain, I
invisible.
would be
Yeah,
invisible.
Yeah,
all the
invisible
time.
over flying.
Dude,
What can you do if
even
you're
just a
flying?
simple thing like you're catching a lift, and in my circumstance anyway, you're catching a lift for like 25 flights. You don't want to speak to the person that you're in the lift with.
So what you go
Rather
invisible?
than going flipping out your phone, I go invisible.
Why don't you
Easy.
just pick flying and fly to your destination?
Dude, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't think of it that way, but
Right. How can you live your life conspicuously?
Why would you want to be invisible on the plane with where you're flying to when you
But
can just
everyone
fly
can
there?
see you flying.
There's a lot of problems that come with being Superman.
I don't know how you guys think flying is better. Like,
There's only one person.
It's me.
There's one party.
Yeah.
oh, sorry, I thought you were on his side. No,
No.
I was
I'll
asking
steal a
you.
lot of money the second I became invisible. Man.
Yeah, invisible has so many like.
Dude, like, what's
benefits.
good about flying?
That have nothing to do with being a pervert.
Yeah.
Think about it. And even with flying, you can't be a pervert.
Oh, you can.
But not as good as invisible.
Oh yeah, invisible's way better.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I wanted
dry in the shower.
It's
Wait, that's weird. Spray water at it.
Fuck, I'd rather be invisible right now.
They say you can learn to fly in your dreams.
Yeah, bro.
But
I did that one
you
time.
can have
I swear to God, I'm not even joking with
my
you.
mate has said that he actually trained to do it and he could.
Bro,
Like,
so it's a
lucid
whole
dreaming.
thing. I got into this when I was like 19 or 20, bro. So it's the flying thing is a byproduct of getting into lucid dreaming. So lucid dreaming is the one where you control your dream, you know?
Yeah.
Where you can
That
do whatever
shit's
you
the
want.
best.
You walk around, you can fuck bitches, you can steal money, kill people, do whatever you want. there's
Did
different.
you say kill money?
Oh, did I say that?
Oh, okay.
Now,
Which is dark.
the way. How did I get into it? I think. Now, the way that. Okay. In the training for how you can start a lucid dream, there's two ways. One way is that you're already in the dream. You know, normally when you're in a dream, it's kind of like a movie where things are happening. Sometimes in your dreams, there's logical inconsistencies. Like, I don't know, like, just for example, two people, like, these logical inconsistencies are triggers, right? And the idea is that in the dream, if you realize a trigger, then you can turn it into a lucid dream. So a trigger for me, for example, was two people in my life that have nothing to do with each other, but are in the same dream next to each other. Like, why are they, like, what do these people have to do with each other? That's how you realize it's a dream. Another trick that they taught is that you can't always control your dreams, but sometimes if you can, like, count your fingers, and it's not going to be 5 per each hand, it'll be something weird. Another thing would be, like, look at the clock on your dream, stuff like that. That's one way that you get into a lucid dream, by realizing the trigger. The other way, which is the harder way, is this isn't a hard science, but this is what they think that it is you know, when you go to sleep, the switch turns off in your brain that controls your breathing, and it becomes automatic, and you lose sense of the touch of your body, right, when you go to sleep. The idea is that as your body shuts that down, you stay awake. So you have to get into a meditative state of mind, and you have to sit there and be like, right, I'm asleep, I'm not really asleep, and you just focus on things and stay awake. You realize your body becoming solid, and then you have a sort of like experience where you sort of sit up, and then you're straight away into the lucid dream. And I was into this for about 8 months of reading on Reddit and trying to do it and like stuff like that. And I got into a lucid dream a couple of times. One time I just opened my balcony, I jumped on my window, and I just jumped up in the sky, and I just started flying. It was honestly, bro, I swear to God.
What?
And this was before I was a stoner, so I'd have good dreams then. I just went flying. Another time, you know, I think
why is it so hectic to fly in your dream? Like, what?
Oh, wait, are you on his side now?
No.
You should have gone invisible in your
Talking
dream,
about the lucid dreams, bro. It was.
Oh,
like,
yeah, sorry.
Get closer to your mics, please.
Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, so, like, I agree invisibility is a better superpower, but definitely lucid dreaming is a thing, and you can control it. And, you know, I have my own subjective experience about it. It was good fun. Bro.
Okay. That's hectic. So you were deep into this lucid dreaming.
Yeah. In like first year, second year, bro, for like 6 months.
Oh, really? And you actually got to the state where you could lucid
Yeah,
dream.
Yeah,
But
so
it's
what
hard.
made you stop, though?
Bro, it's so hard to control. Like after trying a lot, it happened a couple times. And then, like, you know, I said there's 2 ways to do it. The first way, in the dream, you think, in the dream when you notice something, it's just random. You don't,
Okay, so can I ask a question? So for me, when I'm dreaming, like I had a dream last night where 2 people who wouldn't have known each other are in the same dream.
Yeah.
How do you know to like be like, oh, that's weird? Because I feel like it just happens to you. You don't have any choice.
Absolutely, that's a good question, bro. I think you only that box only ticks that box only ticked for me in the past because I was into lucid dreaming. And I read about it, and they said that in your
You need to
dreams,
be aware of it?
there's logical inconsistencies, and if you can flag one, you can take control.
But
of the
how do
dream.
you flag it to begin with? I feel like to me it just happens.
Bro, it was the strangest experience, man. I just like the 2 people were there, and I'm like, what? They're there? Why are they there? This is a dream. Oh, this is a dream. Now I can do this.
Oh man, you unlocked it. That's
Yeah, I swear to God, it was like that.
dude. Okay, yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm all like sometimes I can. So I've been like at the very kind of early stages of a lucid dream where
Yeah.
I can like control it for a bit, but then it just doesn't
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
But like to me, it's always like you feel like I can do things now, but
Yeah.
to me, a lot of the time, it's like it just kind of just happens.
Yeah.
So.
No, I feel you, bro. Another trigger, now that I think about it, is if you've ever been in a dream and you're fighting someone, you realize that you fight like a spastic. You know? Like your hand's moving, but you don't feel it moving or something like that. That in itself is a trigger. That was not a trigger that worked for me, but that's the trigger that I read about.
Man, that's crazy to think all these things that I can remember are considered like triggers.
Because I think, look, there's a lot of pseudoscience behind it. Maybe there's some real science about it now. I mean, scientifically, we don't even know the physical reason why you have to sleep. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of bullshit and pseudoscience behind it. What they said, the pseudoscience, was that like your consciousness is still in a state of some sort of awareness. the idea of that lucid dream and the trigger in that is that you trick it. You know what I mean? Like your brain is supposed to be in a dream like this way, that way. You trick it into taking control of it. Same thing with getting into a lucid dream from a meditative state. Like I understood that one more because there's some hard science about as you go to sleep, different systems shut down. You, for example, you lose autonomous control of your breathing. You don't have a sense of touch anymore when you go to sleep. And there's some sort of perhaps evidence that you can take control of it or something like that.
What was your initial reason for wanting to lucidly dream? What was the benefit that
curiosity,
you saw
right?
to it?
Curiosity, right? Surely, yeah.
Curiosity. And the reason I stopped is that the effort to output ratio for me was too crazy.
Yeah.
You read about people that can do it on command, couldn't do it on command. Hard work, and then
That's why I never really bothered. It just seemed like too much effort for what you're getting.
Yeah.
And like, if you have too much fun in your dreams, would you want to fucking come?
Yeah. You've all had that dream where you're having a sick time and then it just fucking ends and you're like, oh fuck.
And then you try to go back to sleep. Please go back to the same dream.
And you think about it, trying to like get your brain to fucking make you dream it, and it just doesn't work, bro.
Have you ever tried to record your dream after? Like everyone else I've spoken to, like almost like a couple people are always like, I can remember my dream like spot on,
that's what
and I can recount it. And I can kind of like, it was this, and this. And when they explain it to me, I'm like, bro, your dream sounds boring as fuck, bro. It sounds exactly like your normal life. And just like, there's like an extra person in there. I don't really give a fuck about that. What I want to dream about is like fucking, like you're in a fucking horror movie, you know what I mean? Like fucking people getting executed left, right, and center. And you get out there. And
yeah. Gang, bro. I feel you. Rob, now that you say the memory thing, another part of the training for the lucid dreaming I remember is you have to keep a dream journal. And like as soon as you wake up, you write down exactly everything you remember. And then like, that's it. That's it.
I didn't like that because a lot of the times I would have dreams in like, let's say early morning, I would wake up and I just want to go straight to sleep. But if you need to keep a dream journal, you need to wake yourself up to write it and then try to get back to
then
sleep.
You'll forget about it.
Yeah, because that to me that was the reason why I just couldn't bother, because I tried it for a bit and I was like, oh my god, this is so much effort.
Yeah, exactly. You should see the notes section of my iPhone. It's just got clown shit in there, bro. I read it back and forth now. I'm like, oh, dude, what the fuck was I trying? What?
Yeah, dude. Does it embarrass you sometimes? To me, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm a failure.
Sometimes I'm like, bro, this would make a great movie. I wake up next to my missus and I'm like, babe, you don't know what I dreamed about. This would be a hectic movie line. And she's like, what was it? And I was like, oh yeah, it was this and that. And then. Really? Oh, can you give me the charger?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.